So with this problem, we're going to be multiplying two complex numbers. And it's very helpful here to remember our definitions of I. I is equal to the square root of -1, and I squared. I squared is equal to -1. And if you want to see that, here I've got I squared is the square root of -1 times the square root of -1, which can be rewritten as that. So we see then that the square root of -1 times -1 should be just -1. Other than that, when you're multiplying two complex numbers, you can treat it as a regular foiling technique that you would use with binomials. So I'm going to rewrite the problem here. -1 plus 1 I times 1 plus 2I. So I'll go ahead and do my multiplication. I'm going to take -1 times 1 is -1, and -1 times 2i would be -2i. Now we'll come back and take the second term of the first one. 1i times 1 is 1i, and 1i times 2i is 2i squared. Now, remembering my definition of I squared is equal to -1, I'm going to replace that with a -1. So I'll rewrite the first part, -1 minus 2i plus 1i. You don't need to write the 1, you can if you want to. If I replace I squared with -1, I'm going to end up with just -2. And what I'm doing right here is this becomes 2 times -1, which is -2. So in effect, the I squared basically just changes the sign. So instead of a +2, we end up with a -2. Now we combine the real number parts. -1 and -2 would give me -3. And then we combine the imaginary parts. -2 and +1 would give me -1i. Again, when entering this into WAMAP, they want the real number part in the first box and the imaginary part, the coefficient, the -1, in the second box.